Hi, my name is Mike Gilling. I am the owner of Corrective Building Services, and I can save you thousands of dollars on your next property purchase. Do you ever feel that the problem that you are facing is just too big? Here at Corrective Building Services, we are here to help you through the process of buying a house. Whether you have a home that is leaking, or you think that is leaking, or you're about to purchase a home, we take the pain and guesswork out of it for you. Once we have inspected your property, we take all the information back here to the office. We then write up a full comprehensive report in plain, easy to read English so that you, the client, can understand what we are talking about. Please allow me a couple of minutes to show you how I can do that. While this property is not a house as such, or residential property, when we do an inspection on the inside of a property, we tend to look for stuff like water stains on the ceiling or the walls. When we do an inspection on a property, we take into consideration the type of cladding that is on the property and the risks that are involved with that cladding. The floor level on this building is approximately this high where my hand is. Now, floor level and the paving level on the outside of the buildings is supposed to have a threshold of approximately 150 millimeters. Because the threshold of this building is a lot less than normal, then there is a risk that water could pond around this area and slowly make its way in behind, underneath the windows, up into the carpet area, damaging the carpet and internal structure of the building. This building has not been maintained properly. If you look at the blue paintwork on it, it's flaked away and it's exposing the timber shingles underneath. Water could potentially get into those timber shingles, soak through and onto the timber frame structure underneath. So maintenance is a very important issue to take into consideration when you buy a property. All about. This photo is a good example of what can happen to a bottom plate and the framing of a residential property if the window and cladding junction of the property has not been constructed properly and seals are missing between those two junctions. You can see here that the bottom plate has rotted extensively and has started to make its way up into the stud framing. These are things that you cannot see unless you cut open the exterior cladding of the property. Generally, we can determine if stuff like this is happening behind the cladding by the way they've constructed the building, what the junctures on the outside look like between the window and the cladding, whether they're sealed properly or not. We can do invasive testing if we are allowed to do that, and just what the general cladding is like as well. What you can see here is surface mould on top of the carpet. These are one of the things that we look for to see whether there's moisture in behind the framing or underneath the carpet or in the room. We would point this out in the report and we try to dig a little bit further to see why there is mould, surface mould on the carpet. I will outline the cause of the problem within the report. What we are looking at is severe surface mould on the door jamb and the walls and the ceiling. Now, the ceiling is directly underneath some exterior stairs, and the stairs have not been sealed properly with the tiling system that's been on there. If we find a situation like this, we would advise the client that they need to do some invasive testing and investigation on that property to determine what has happened, why the water is coming in, and to see what the causes is. Just to find out how I can save you thousands of dollars on your next property purchase, fill out the details below and I will be in contact with you shortly.